How is the level on there, Michael? Micah. Clear. All right, everybody on Spreaker, go over to RSBN. The Behringer is not working for this Sam's right now, and the Spreaker is too low right now, and I really don't have time to screw it. I'll try to do something over the weekend because right now I'm not getting the answers that I need, and it's not working. So go over to RSBN on YouTube. Everything is fine over there, and I'm going to turn my Sam broadcaster off. All right,
there we go. So now we are sounding good on right side, and that is making me happy. Hello, everybody. I don't have any hate mail yet, so that's good. Okay, Wayne.
Testing, 1, 2. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wayne Dupree Show. We're a little bit late. Had some audio issues. Just did not want to work. It just didn't want to work. So it's just something that I'm just going to have to labor with over the weekend. There must be gremlins in the machine. Didn't touch anything, just left it alone, and I guess it's settled. You know how houses settle? Well, I guess it's settled, and then it messed up. But we got an unknown caller calling in already. All right, well, thank the Lord Jesus, and happy Easter. Unknown caller, you're on the line. What's up?
Hey, how you doing, Ryan? How are you doing?
I'm fine. How you doing?
Are you going to put on your sunshades tonight for us?
You want me to put on my sunshades?
Yeah, man. I actually like that old guy who calls you and give you hell about your sunshades. I was trying to get you to put on your sunshades last night, but you didn't answer my call again. But then you hook up the sunshades. You look good with it.
Okay, I'm going to put on the sunshades for you.
That's all I want to tell you. Have a good weekend.
All right, you take care of yourself.
All right, Mr. Dupree.
Okay.
Thank you.
Everything all right.
Looking good.
Okay, the sunshades are on.
You know how good it feels to just not have to worry about the audio? I mean,
I'm worrying about the audio. Don't say that. I'm pissed off right now.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, you don't understand. I mean, I know that you come around and you turn the show on and you expect excellence, and that's what we normally provide. But if you would be on this end of the show, you wouldn't believe the stress levels that this kind of thing causes, man. We love you, but wow. Tough hour. Hour. And he's still working on stuff, I guess. So a lot of good things happened today, Wayne. You had the March for Life. You had the Vice President of the United States appearing there. And, when I think about that, 44 years, I might be off by a year or two, but they've been marching to the Supreme Court ever since the Roe versus Wade decision was passed. And after all that time, today was the first time that a vice president had ever spoken to the group. 44 years.
Wow.
And, abortion was not as acceptable 2 decades ago, 3 decades ago, certainly 4 decades ago, as it is now. And it goes to show you how the uniparty has been for all this time. Because that there were presidents and vice presidents in office that were 100% pro-life, right, that should have gone there. And I guess they didn't. But today, finally, Vice President Pence did do that, and set a precedent, and the crowd went wild. The crowd absolutely loved it, and it was
as
really a heartwarming thing to see.
We do sound far away.
We do.
Yeah, I just happened to hear it, and it sounds like we're in a can on YouTube. It sounds like we're in a can.
Well, we'll figure that out. At least we're audible. I mean, people are enjoying the show, so we'll deal with that tomorrow. I guess they didn't, but today, finally, Vice President Pence did do that, and set a precedent.
Okay, now that sounds like Micah. Micah said we were sounding perfect. That's not perfect right there.
That's what they're saying in the chat room too, man. I sound perfect in my ears, so that's all. What are you going to do? What's going on today?
Sounds good on his end. Getting pissed off because of some audio. Let me get Debbie in here. Let me get Debbie. Hey, Debbie, how you doing?
Hey, Wayne, how's it going?
Oh my God, that's the wrong question. That's the wrong question.
Sound problem.
Yeah, this got a sound problem going on. How's your day going?
How's my day going? It's going. Are you kidding? This has been a great week. Seriously, I mean, the man gets in office. He shames out every president in the past 30 years. And today he's holding hands with the Prime Minister of Britain.
Yeah.
And they're calling it like the Ronald Reagan and Margaret Thatcher type of thing. I'm happy. I couldn't be happier.
I am too. The only thing about that is that Prime Minister May is no Margaret Thatcher.
Right.
I'm glad they're getting along with each other, but she's for a lot of things that we're not for.
Didn't I hear her talk about we're going to be that we could teach the world and all that stuff?
Yeah.
You know what? That sounds too globalistic to me.
Well, and not only that, but all right, we are going to teach the world, but you know what, Donald, you're going to pay for it.
Yeah.
And your troops are going to be the ones that are out there. I'm glad that they're having an excellent relationship.
Right.
Especially after Barack Obama basically thumbed his nose at the English or British or whatever. I get confused, Is it the UK? Is it England? Is it Britain?
Yeah, it's one of them.
It's I think it's Britain, the Brits. That's what we pretty much call them. But yeah, no, I totally agree with that. I think she's a little more liberal than I would like. But he's got a way about him that kind of like how he flipped some Democrats over to his side. He's got a way of with the common sense. So hopefully, he'll be able to impart some of that wisdom on her.
Well, you're absolutely right. Hey, you know what? Thanks for calling. We appreciate it. He's a pragmatic president. I mean, he's got union members putting banners up on their headquarters. I think it was the Electrical Workers Union that has a big Trump banner on their headquarters. I mean, this is something that will destroy the Democrat coalition because that the coalition of Democrats is just a whole bunch of special interests that they cobble together every now and then. You got the homosexual lobby, you got the abortion law, you got all these different groups that aren't giant cobbled together against the Republicans. Well, if a guy like Trump can start peeling that away and start peeling some of those groups back, because the unions are nothing without jobs. They have to have jobs to survive. They have to have members that are dues-paying members for the leadership of the unions to even be there.
Yeah.
So this is a wonderful thing.
Mike.
You're killing me, man.
803. 803. You're on the line. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing, Wayne? This is Victor from South Carolina.
Hey, Vic.
Hey, I had a question. I was browsing Twitter, and I saw I guess she's a lawyer, and she was asking CAIR, CAIR, for if she could help with the Trump's executive order on the Muslim ban. What she was saying was that the Muslim ban is very broad and unconstitutional. So I just want to know what you thought about that.
It's not unconstitutional. You're not Muslim, are you?
No, I'm not.
Because you
atheist.
You use that soft S. You said Muslim.
What's your name?
My name is Victor.
Victor. Oh, yeah.
I'm actually a veteran.
That's right. Hey,
Thank
Victor.
you for your service.
Victor, Victor, thank you for your service, man. Listen, anybody who is against vetting individuals coming from countries that have a high terrorist who have a high
propensity
for terrorism, anybody who is against that should be labeled a traitor.
And it's not unconstitutional. The president has the authority to determine who is allowed in this country and who's to come in from foreign lands.
We've been doing it for a long time.
Absolutely.
The reason why it stopped is because we've had penny ante punks that have taken over the White House in so long. But if they would just have the spirit of Ike, you know.
And, and the thing is, if you look at the history, and this is going to shock some Democrats.
I like Ike.
I like Ike too.
Ike is one of my favorite presidents.
Well, one of the things that I tweeted out earlier was that what does the Trump's immigration policy and Muslim ban do to the Democrat Party was it takes away a lot of their voter base.
You're right.
And you know what, too? I would tell you something else, too, about Muslims that come over here. If you ain't about learning and wanting to join because you know what America is. Now, you can come over here.
It's all about assimilation, man.
You can come over here.
To me, it's about assimilation. And, I'll let you do your show. I just want to say something real quick.
Thank you.
The whole thing, the thing about it is, I think Trump has done more for women by implementing the Muslim ban than any other president has done in the past.
You're right. And,
that needs to be a commercial because if the Muslims had their way, and I'm talking about the Muslim religion, if they had their way, then all that stuff that they were doing last weekend, they would be beat up and down the street if they were up in Sharia law.
You're absolutely right.
Well, I mean, the organizer of the Women's March is pro Sharia law, and she's bamboozling a bunch of women into accepting Sharia law that takes away rights that they already have.
That right there was Victor. That was a lot of tequila last week because for her to even push that type of parade or march or whatnot, that was against everything that she is for. Now, if she's in charge of it, again, that's against everything that she's taught. But she's probably practicing that tequila to get it done. But hey, man, thanks for your call. But what I wanted to say while Vic was on the phone, if you come into this country, I don't care what you are, red, yellow, black, and white. I don't care, Muslim, Christian, Buddhist, I don't care. You know what this country is supposed to be about, not what it is about right now because of the liberal agenda. You know that you have opportunities over here that you don't have in other countries. Now, you decide that you want to come over here and live in my United States of America. Well, damn it, you got to come in here and you better act right.
And in order to do that, you have to stop practicing Islam because Islam tells you that you are charged with taking over the world. It is your mission in life. If you believe in any of the writings in the trilogy of Islam,
it doesn't mean. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, you can't come in here and say that you're a Muslim. You watch these things.
Yeah.
I watched a thing in Chicago where Erdogan's daughter gave a speech, and it's about taking over the world, man.
It's crazy.
Come here and do that.
It's crazy that if you were leaving the Muslim faith,
right,
and you wanted to come over here, I can understand that. But coming over here everything we have over here is against what you practice.
Islam and the Constitution's like oil and water. So you gotta give one of them up,
right? So
either, I mean, if it was up to me, and I think this is going to happen in the future, these mosques and these Islamic centers are military headquarters. It's a fact. The FBI knows it. They were suppressed, and they're
putting them in these neighborhoods like Planned Parenthood is in the black community.
Exactly.
They're putting up these mosques. I saw. Y'all won't believe this, and you know what? I'm gonna take a picture of it. But in Little Italy, here in Baltimore, there's a mosque. Little Italy.
Was it new construction or did they buy a church?
They bought a church.
And what's the first thing they did?
Put that little round top at the top.
Chop the cross off.
Yep.
Mosques in America look like churches. They just don't have a cross, and if you go inside, they don't have an altar either.
And they got no pews. They ain't got no pews.
But they probably have an arms room.
Do y'all understand what we're saying? Why do Muslims want to come over here when most of the stuff that we do over here is against what they're taught in their Quran? Now, if they're trying to change their religion, I understand that. Welcome to our country. Salute the American flag. Take the oath. Follow everything. Look, baseball, baseball, hot dogs, apple pie, and Chevrolet. Eat all the pork that you want to.
But don't say you're a peaceful Muslim. Don't say you're a moderate Muslim, because they don't exist.
I know. Look, everybody.
I know I'm hardline, and I know a lot of people in the country.
All of them are taught the same thing.
They listen to, and what you said, what Wayne said earlier, just to make sure that everybody caught it. He said practicing taqiyya. It's Taqiyya, taqiyya, and that is in Islam. You are authorized to say whatever you want, whether it's a lie or anything else, as long as it promotes the jihad, as long as it promotes Islam. So therefore, you can't believe anything a Muslim says.
Nothing.
Think about it.
Nothing. And that's why they get away with going under the radar for a couple of years until somebody hits one of those Q words, rosebud, and then they go crazy.
Right, you're absolutely right.
They go crazy. I mean, they might see something on TV. Caller, you got to turn down your radio or computer, because then I'll think it's me, and then I get more pissed off than I am. 647, you're on the line. How you doing?
Hi, Wayne. How are you?
I'm fine, darling. What's your name?
Sultry Feather from your chat room.
What's your name?
Sultry Feather from your chat room.
Oh,
Sultry something.
She put in a message for me. I think it was last night or the night before.
I was like, you ain't right. I really caught on. You know what I'm talking about. I caught on.
How you doing, dear?
Anyway, make it quick. I saw a report today on another alternative news channel today that Denmark is actually telling the Muslims there that they have to learn Danish, or they have to get out.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of that going on in Scandinavia for sure.
But you know what? I see. Most of them already know English. It's just that they just want to blow up the country.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a whole lot of things just don't coincide with that type of teaching. Now, I know we are a free religion over here. Okay, I understand that. But some steps have to be taken so that we protect ourselves from being blown the hell up.
Yes, and why is it that they don't assimilate to, like, our country? Because they come here and, they get wealthier, they get all these benefits, but then they can't even speak English to go get a job. Like, why have them here if they can't be productive for our society?
Yeah. Well, thank you, dear. Thank you for your call. And you know what, too? I'm tired of them taking our damn benefits, like Sultry just said.
Oh yeah, and
they're taking our benefits, man.
If you look at the Holy Land Foundation trial, they uncovered documents that there is a plan. I mean, it's written down. Andrew McCarthy was the chief prosecutor, and for some reason, Kerr, who somebody else talked about, was an unindicted co-conspirator. I don't know why they didn't indict him, but the paperwork, and I have it on my website. It shows they plan to come over here. They have Muslim men. Their job is to impregnate as many American women as they can, and convert all the kids to Islam. It's sickening, and it's happening. You look at Dearborn, Michigan. You look at Patterson, New Jersey. You look at Minneapolis, St. Paul, Minnesota. You look at Cleveland, Ohio, WCCD. I don't know if we're on there tonight, but this is they have areas. There's no assimilation. They move into areas, and then their networking is excellent. They bring people into the same neighborhood, and the next thing you know, you go to I can't remember the name, Hamtramck in Michigan, and the city council is dominated by Muslims. It's the first city in the United States of America that is being governed by Muslims.
And look, this is.
And I'm saying that the loudspeakers are up where the call to prayer comes out 5 times a day.
And if you have never heard those loudspeakers before, they are loud. They are loud. I mean, when I was stationed over in Saudi Arabia, it was 2 o'clock in the morning. We had just flown in. I had never been in anything like that before. And I'm asleep. I'm tired. We did a long flight. You know, one of those long flights. We had just left Ireland. We had just left Ireland.
Shannon, Ireland, probably.
Well, you know what? And that was the first time we had a Soviet plane that pulled up right beside us with the CCC with the CCCP up on it.
Wow!
And our plane was right next to ours. Our plane was right next to theirs, and I was like, "Hey, the enemy is right there." I was like, "Wow!"
Before I forget it, I got to tell you, when I went to Iraq, we had to go to Kuwait first to fire all our weapons and make sure that they were good before we went into Iraq.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a unit from it wasn't from Russia, but it was from Georgia, which was a part of the Soviet Union. They weren't the Soviet Union at the time, but I'm still being next to a whole unit with AK-47s on live fire range. Yeah. That's enough to bust your bubble right there.
For those that are just joining us, you're tuned into the Wayne Dupree Show. I'm your host, Wayne Dupree, along with Hutch Bailey Jr. We are broadcasting live on RSBN.TV. RSBN.TV and RSBN, the YouTube channel. We're talking about the vetting process, the vetting executive order that President Trump signed today. My thing is, because I'm a country first person, I think it's one of the most safest things that we can implement to keep our country safe in the future. I don't know about right now, because Obama has slipped some people in here under the gun before Trump was able to do the vetting executive order. And if you take this to be hate speech, I'm not apologizing. Maybe you need to recheck yourself and look at the Constitution and look at what America really is. Okay? We are a land of free speech, but not excessive violence. We are a land that enjoys the Second Amendment, that we can protect ourselves any time that we need to and protect our family. We also believe in freedom of religion. You can practice whatever you want to. But what I'm saying, and I know Hutch is probably going to echo, and I hope that he echoes, is that if your religion is one of those, we going to blow you up or we want to destroy who you are, then you ain't welcome over here. It's just that simple. It's 2 + 2 = 4.
No, I agree. And I was I was a little slow. I was trying to find the setting on my mixer that I could really echo. But I was too slow. But I do want to say one thing, because Wayne brought up freedom of religion. And this is something that is vital to this fight against jihad. Islam is not a religion. Islam is a political system.
It's a political system. Right.
There is religion in it, but Islam is a political system with taxes.
It's almost like the military.
With sentences for crimes.
It's almost like the military.
It is. And what we need to do in this administration, while there's somebody that is sane in the White House, we need to make sure in the Supreme Court that Islam is not characterized as a religion as far as getting First Amendment protection. Because if we don't do that, they are going to kill us with our own Constitution.
What's crazy is you have so many Muslims in America right now that don't want to be judged by the radical Islamic extremists checkbook or checklist. They don't want to be judged by that. They're like, we just here. We love America. We just here. Well, when these bombings and stuff happen, then why don't you open up your mouth?
Exactly.
Why don't you, the Muslims in America, the quote moderate Muslims in America, why don't you protest outside these mosques? You're making it bad for us.
That's right. You want to know what a moderate Muslim is? A moderate Muslim, two of them, if there's three people together,
watch out,
and one's a radical Muslim and two are moderate Muslims, the two moderate Muslims are the ones holding the Catholic priest down while the radical saws his head off. That's what a moderate Muslim is.
We won't take part in the violence.
You either believe in this stuff or you don't.
And they're all taught
no
this
middle
stuff.
ground.
They're all taught this stuff. They might not all follow through with it, but they're all taught this stuff because it's in the Quran. It's in the Quran. They're all taught it. They're all taught those things against the infidel.
Absolutely.
It's just that some people, their switch turns off before others. They could be in here and live like 2, 3, 4 years, no problem.
20.
Be at the country picnic. Be at the neighborhood picnic and bring potato salad with bacon in it and everything. All of a sudden, rosebud. Plum, 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 plum.
That's it, man. I mean, this is something that it's so critical.
And our leaders are what was that word that you kept saying last night? Whatever. Our leaders are I'm trying to get you in trouble.
I'm trying to remember. Oh, yeah. You're on that tip again?
I'm on that tip again. Our leaders are, our Democrats. The thing about Democrats that gets me is that they think that they're okay. They do. Democrats think that if they talk up the evilness, if they talk up the evil side, that they're going to be okay because, look, we were for you. That's why you have a whole lot of white liberals walking with Black Lives Matter, because they think that they're going to be okay when Black Lives Matter start knocking their block off. And they will.
The same thing happened in Germany.
They will.
I mean, you had all these different groups coming together, and then when Hitler finally got power, the first thing he did was he sent the SS out to kill the brown shirts, to kill the SA. I mean, this is the same thing that would happen in the United States if we allowed the leftist Democrats to take full power. Mm-hmm. Because look at all the groups that they have cobbled right now. It's an astounding situation right now. You have the Democrat National Committee is looking for a leader, and the platform is anti-white. Now, how 70-some%?
What did that white woman say? I'm here to make sure that all the white people shut up.
Unbelievable.
214, you're on the line. What's up?
Yes, Wayne, and Mr. Hutchison, I'm glad to hear from y'all. I've been listening to y'all ever since the Trump campaign started way back. Anyway, I appreciate the conversation about that, and you're absolutely right. And I just wanted to let you and Hudson know that I remember back in the 70s, 60 Minutes had a deal on the Saudi Arabia, those with madrasas, schools or whatever.
Madrasas, yeah.
Teaching these kids the Quran and whatever. And I listened to this, I watched this show, and after watching it, I realized these kids are going to grow up, they're going to teach the next generation, and they would also teach them to hate Israel and Christians.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And I thought this is going to be a coming problem later on.
And the problem with it is that they say that they're schools, but they're not schools. They're in there, they take the Quran, and you're absolutely right. They make these kids cite the Quran verse after verse after verse after verse. They don't learn anything. They don't learn math. They don't learn anything else except for
brainwashing.
That's all it is. That's all it is. And I'll tell you, and thanks for calling. I'll tell you, the operation where the State Department senior leadership was all dismissed, that is a blow to the Sunnis in Saudi Arabia. They've been protecting those people for decades. The people that resigned are the people that were facilitating that. So we have an opportunity now And you've heard the president already say he's called out Saudi Arabia a few times. And haven't you, all the audience, haven't you shook your head and wondered, why doesn't anybody say anything against Saudi Arabia? They cut people's heads off in the middle of the street. It's the worst country, one of the worst, absolutely one of the top 5 when it comes to Sharia compliance. It absolutely blows my mind that we are so tight with them. But I'll tell you something. There's more oil under my studio than there is under Saudi Arabia. When the EPA is defanged, we're going to get our own oil, and Saudi Arabia will become what it deserves to become.
There we go. 347. We got 347 joining in on the line. What's up?
What's up, Wayne? What's up, Hutch?
Big Rich.
Listen, what's up? You know, in Flatbush, Brooklyn, they got these domes with these speakers. Every hour at the hour.
Really? In New
Non-stop.
York? In New York?
Yes. Flatbush, Brooklyn.
Wow.
And these people, let me tell you something, they're buying up every grocery store they could get their hands in. Okay? And you know what they're buying these stores? To finance the terrorists over land.
Oh, they do welfare, or not welfare, they do food stamp fraud.
You know, and the government don't pick up on this. That every single store these people are purchasing, because they are going crazy. I mean, from smoke shops to bodegas to supermarkets. You go in there, that's all you see. Muslim, all kind of stuff. You know, and these people got the balls to hang AK-47, you know, from the country with little kids in front of the store, and nobody says nothing about it.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
you go to the, you know, where the pictures right there. You know, and I'll be like staring at these people. I'll be like, people don't get it, man. What these people, you know, they're infiltrating right under their nose, and they don't even see it.
Does Bo Dietl have a chance to be the mayor?
Oh, this man, please, I ain't even go there. This guy's, you know, he's turning what Trump is trying to do with this innocent, with the cutting the budget. Now he's flipping it, saying that the cops not going to get paid. That he's.
But Bo Dietl, he's talking about running against de Blasio. Does he have a chance?
Who? What's his name?
Bo Dietl.
Bo Dietl.
Former police commissioner.
He's always.
Oh no, he don't.
He
don't have a chance.
He's always on Fox News.
The Brooklyn borough president is a young lady. She's gonna go for that seat.
Okay. Hey, man, thanks for the call in. You're listening to the Wayne Dupree Show. I'm your host, Wayne Dupree, along with Hutch Bailey Jr. Earlier, I put in a link. We are selling our T-shirts. So I want to make sure that y'all, if you get a T-shirt, send me your selfie so that I can have it put on the show. My moderator privileges, something happened to him right now. So if you go to teespring.com and you type in Wayne Dupree Show, you can see our official Wayne Dupree Show T-shirts. And we're if you send me your selfie, I get Micah to put it on the show. So we can. That's something that we just came out with. What is it? Chrissy did it up about a week and a half ago, and we really haven't been promoting it. But as of today, we just signed for the national syndication that will begin sometime next week. So with that, we will make sure that everybody has access to that shirt. It's our first shirt, and Chrissy, and thank you, Chrissy, for coming up with the idea. Chrissy's been pushing me for the shirt for about a couple of weeks now, and we can't. You see the logo up in the top right, and let's see, what's that top left-hand corner? If you're looking at it, it's the top left-hand corner. That's the logo that's on the shirt. And the link, if you go to Teespring, which is teespring.com, type in Wayne Dupree Show, you will see the T-shirt. And we're trying to get the first 50 the first 50 orders, they will mail it to you. As a matter of fact, so we don't keep any inventory. You purchase it, and then they will. When we get to order 50, then they will mail all of them out at the same time. So we're trying to get the first 50. 931, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I thought sorry. My area code changed when I moved. I'm like, 931, is that me? Oh, yeah, it is me. This is Tracy from Tennessee.
Hi, Tracy.
Well, you got a problem down in Tennessee.
I know we do. I'm sorry about that. I'm trying.
No, I'm saying with Murfreesboro, is it?
Yes, thank God I don't live anywhere near there. But I did send you 2 donations, Wayne.
Thank you, Tracy. Tracy.
But I'm reading this book, and it's really good. It explains all about what you've been talking about tonight, about what Islam really is, the whole history. It's called Defeating Jihad by Dr. Sebastian Gorka.
Oh, he's a great guy. He is.
And he's actually on Trump's team.
He is.
And
he left Breitbart, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. And this book, I mean, he nails it, and he talks about how we can defeat them, the steps, everything. It was really eye-opening and scary, but he goes into all of that. The tequila sounds like tequila, but you know what I mean. About how they're allowed to lie. It
Sure.
talks about the different levels of jihad. It talks about, I mean, I'm glad we have Trump, let's just put it that way. But I was very happy to see those Somalians going back home.
Yeah, they sent some Somalians and some Kenyans.
Yeah, 90.
And they should send Keith Ellison back with them because he's their sponsor.
And they should send everybody from CARE also back home.
Yeah.
But I thought that the plane had come here and then they turned it around. But then I read that they were here and they sent them back, which means that's
It's
the
a
first
beginning.
group that left. So it is the beginning, and I guess we all have to trust him to keep doing that. Maybe we'll have flights leaving every day.
Tequila sunrise.
Yeah.
In the chat room.
But you guys are amazing.
Thank you, dear.
I stumbled upon you during the primaries. I just it just happened. And you all tell the truth. And you don't do the fear-mongering. You don't scare us.
Try not to.
And
scare you.
I
wanna
appreciate
bury you.
that because I don't watch the TV anymore. I listen to you guys at night. I listen to DML during the day. And now I have Hutch because I have his app and
right.
Wayne's app and DML's app. And that's all I need. You know.
All right.
Very much.
Yeah, I know.
And
Thank you so much.
you all keep doing what you're doing. And when I can send money, I will because we need you guys.
Tracy, you are so awesome. Thank you so much.
And I can't wait to see you with Sean Spicer at the White House.
There we go.
It's going to happen.
There we go.
So you all have an awesome weekend, and God bless both of you, and thanks for your service.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. You're welcome. And that's it. We're not hate mongering. That was a perfect thing to say. We're describing things and we're telling you the truth.
It's just what it is.
You make up your mind.
Yeah.
What you want to do with it. And I don't normally do this, but I want to say that on Mondays at 8 p.m., Norway, who's in the RSBN chat room, who is much more knowledgeable than I am about the Islamic threat because he's living it in Norway. He told me stories about in Sweden where they're riding down the street on horses, ladies and gentlemen, enforcing Sharia law in a city in Europe. And he's my co-host on Monday, and we have to beat this. We have to defeat this with knowledge.
Yeah, exactly.
Knowledge is the thing. We've been lied to. They have covered this up. There's never been a more brilliant cover-up of an organization than in the West and in the United States of what Islam really is. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And it started in 700 AD. Mm-hmm. This is nothing new, ladies and gentlemen. Istanbul in Turkey used to be Constantinople and had the biggest Christian church in Europe in it, which is now a mosque. Here endeth the lesson.
Actually, 45 shirts. We have 45 shirts to go. Thank you for the 5 people that have purchased a shirt. And again, please email me yourself wearing the shirt so that we can show everybody what our fan base looks like. Okay. And I mean, honestly, Hutch is gonna get one. I'm definitely gonna get one. And
I'm gonna get 5 of them.
You're gonna get 5?
Yeah.
And you just gonna hand them out?
Yeah, because I noticed you, Wayne, tonight. I know you're on a roll here, but you're wearing a shirt that's just like a regular shirt.
Yeah.
It's like a polo shirt. There's no logos on it or nothing. I'm like, it looks good.
Thank you,
not
sir.
Not that the other ones don't, but.
Oh, you trying to say I look ratchet?
No. Continue. Continue.
But
the promotion.
He be crying.
I can't wait to get a camera in
He be crying.
Yeah, I'd be needing the tissue papers.
He be crying. Teespring.com. Just type in Wayne Dupree Show.
That's going to be a new shirt. He be crying.
You know what? I always like to put out him feelings hurt. Whenever the liberals go crazy and they, these politicians got to complain about everything, I'll put it at the beginning of the story that I do for him feelings hurt.
I like the one.
Like they're little babies.
I like the one. You mad, man?
You mad? You mad? 904, you are on the line. What's up?
Mr. Dupree.
Carrie?
Yes, sir.
What's up, man? You there?
Yes, sir. I'm still here,
okay.
sir.
All right.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm here every day. Every day, my brother. I just have to stay in the background sometimes.
All right.
I want to encourage everyone to work together as a team. Because Mr. Dupree said it earlier. These Muslims, these terrorists, these invaders, they know how to network. So we have to learn how to network. We have to learn how to support one another. Because if one gets hurt, then we all get hurt. But when one succeeds, we all succeed. We all succeed. So, we obviously see Mr. Bailey has been upgraded with that wonderful new mic. Mr. Bailey, it sounds so good.
Well, thank you.
You make that microphone sound so good.
Thanks.
Mr. Dupree.
Yo.
He's gotten his upgrade with his computers, with his lightings. You're a handsome man, sir.
No, he's not.
You are made for that television. Don't listen to Mr. Bailey. He's just jealous. That's all.
Little old man. You're an old jealous man.
That's it. So what we have to do is we all have to act in unison. We have to all do what we can when we can.
Hey,
for however long we can do it.
Carrie, let me say something on that line, because you're right. And I'm going to reiterate, one of the most important things that we need to do collectively is we have to get the practice of Islam has to be recategorized as a political system. If we don't do that, they are going to use our Constitution. They've got people in Yale Law School, in every law school in the country, to come out here and litigate everything against what we're for by saying that, no, we have to have these mosques. It's the First Amendment. It's the First Amendment. It's the First Amendment. We have to get that into litigation to where this is not a religion, it's a political system. Back to you, Carrie.
I agree with you. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Bailey just gave you verbatim, not his opinion, the written, documented fact by Islam itself. You people we need to learn to question what's coming at us. We need to learn how to do our own research. Mr. Bailey has a gentleman on, and he's in the chat room, Norway. The man is such a wealth of information. The hour program that Mr. Bailey has him on Mondays flies by. Mr. Bailey just had another special guest on his show, Ellie. What's his last name, sir?
Hadi Elise.
Hadi Elise. These people have lived there. He's an expert on the region, and they were driven from their country. So this is a war, folks. This is a war. It is time to take our country back. We have a minister, we have a vessel of Almighty God in the White House. We have vessels of Almighty God, real authorities, as the Vice President, as the Secretary of State, and throughout the Cabinet. That's why you're seeing these people flee. That's why these fakes and frauds ran.
Hey, Kerry, I appreciate it. You're right. We're running out of time. Thanks for calling.
Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Bailey. Thank you for your time, Mr. Dupree. Keep up the great work, y'all.
My man, Kerry.
Thank you.
All right. So, some of the people in the chat, I just answered somebody just a while ago. You go to teespring.com, teespring.com. We did not purchase a whole lot of shirts. Okay. We didn't purchase. And Chrissy, who is my executive helper, I told her I didn't want to purchase a whole lot of shirts and then have stuff that we didn't sell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because those boxes and boxes of shirts suck when they're out in the garage.
I mean, if you've ever sold M&Ms, I went up to stay for the summer with my uncle. And when I got up there, I was staying in the basement. That was my place to stay. And he was doing an M&M drive. But he wasn't selling the M&Ms. So he told me, he was like, you can have if you want some, you can have some. They're right over there. So the whole summer I'm eating M&Ms. When my mom saw me after the summer was over, I had picked up so many pounds.
Hey, you know what? The one that's worse than that is you have like Super Bowls and stuff that like ends.
Yeah.
And people have shirts.
Oh yeah.
And like the losing team. And then I'm not trying to be economically mean here or anything like that.
Yeah.
But then you got a news crew that goes over to Africa and like the Congo.
And they got the old shirts.
The whole village wearing the same damn shirt.
It's like they all picked the wrong team.
It's like Hillary Clinton.
Oh, Lord.
Hillary 2016 Clinton. They're all wearing the shirt. It's like they dump them on them. It's horrible, man.
What I did was...
Don't ever make a promotion that ends and make a shirt.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you're going to have a box full of shirts.
Oh, yeah. And that's something that I did not want to do. So basically what we did at Teespring is we created 50 T-shirts to start off with, okay? And you go there, you go to teespring.com, teespring.com, and you type in Wayne Dupree Show. Now, that's going to take you to our official Wayne Dupree Show T-shirt. Now, again, our logo is up in the top left-hand corner of this show, right up there.
That's the mic I want one day.
What mic?
That mic that's in the logo.
Oh, yeah? You want that mic?
Well, just to have on the shelf. I like this one I got now. This,
okay, all right. But that logo is on the shirt. It's a good-looking shirt, actually. And basically what I want you to do is when you get the shirt, Susie in the chat room says she already had one. Susie, if you have one, because I didn't think that they send them out until the whole order was done. But if you have one, take a selfie of the T-shirt and send it to me so that we can show people what the shirt looks like. Okay. But I want to thank Chrissy for doing it for me. Chrissy had been Chrissy had been on me for about 3 weeks now in doing it, and she had given me a couple of ways to do it, and I was like, I just don't want to have inventory boxed up in boxes all around here. I just and then I didn't want to mail it. Now they will mail it to you. Teespring will mail it to you, so you'll get it through the mail. Teespring will mail it for you. I just we've put it out on Twitter a few times, and we put it out on Facebook a few times. So right now, I think we have 42 left. So eight have been sold, 42 left. And please email me your selfie so that I can put it on the show. I want people to see that you are part of the Wayne Dupree Show. All right, now, Hutch.
Yes, sir.
What have you got going on this weekend? You got anything going on this weekend?
Not really. I mean, I'm going to try to continue to enhance my studio. I put the studio lighting that is very evil, I will tell you.
Yeah, Micah helped me through mine for a while, and then
No, I went to YouTube, and there was this little gay guy that was on there.
Oh, no, you didn't.
And he was like he was like, and then what you do is you grab this and you put these little poles out. And I'm thinking, all right, well, I had to watch them.
I watched them too.
I was getting ready to break shit. You know, I just was. Because, ladies and gentlemen, now you
it's
think
hard. It's hard.
You think of studio lighting.
It's hard,
right? You think you're going to get the. Did we cover this last night?
Yeah, a little bit.
All right, so I won't even go there. But it's just you don't expect. What you get, but then when you assemble it, because it's all cloth.
Yeah.
There's no hard, anything, but you put it together, and it works pretty good. And I turned it on today, and it's like my eyes started burning. I was like, oh, this is going to be hard. When this camera comes, this is going to be tough.
Yeah.
I mean, but anyway, we're enhancing the studio, and this weekend I'm going to go shopping, and I live an exciting life, man. I mean,
yeah, believe me, I watched the same young, flamboyant young man, and I laughed throughout the whole thing, and I laughed at him because he.
But you couldn't have put them together without him.
No. I needed them. I needed them.
I mean, those little Velcro things.
Yeah, I needed them. I mean,
I'm looking at it. There was a little slit in the bottom that you put anyway. Takia, ladies and gentlemen. Takia Sunrise.
Takia, baby. All right.
So I guess are we going to?
No, because we didn't approve it with Micah for 2. So because we were doing 2 from the earlier side,
right?
So we didn't approve it with him past 10 o'clock. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready to roll out of here. Plus, Micah probably has something to do tonight since we didn't clear it with him. So,
yeah, he's probably rolling out to that Auburn, Alabama club or something.
Micah be going to the club? Does Micah go to the club? Micah, do you go to the club? To the Auburn club? Yeah, are you watching? Mike,
are you asleep?
He'll answer, hopefully. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there we go. No, he don't go to the club.
Well, let's go another hour then.
I don't want to do that to him. He's probably got something to do. But, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning into the show. See, his wife. He got a wife.
Nice. The only reason I want to do that because the first hour bombed so bad.
Yeah, I know.
You know, I was ready to come in here with 2 hours, and like the first hour was tough, baby.
Yeah. You know what though?
It ended up good.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate everybody tuning in on RSBN tonight. Well, believe me, Monday the speaker thing will be taken care of. I will be testing over the weekend. So if you see me over the weekend testing and me pulling old man Hutch in, we're just testing. We're just testing.
Old
And
crying Wayne.
you know what? All right. Hutch had liberal tears. That's what
Don't start no sweet potatoes. Won't be no sweet potatoes.
All right. Ladies, Hutch, how can people reach you on social media?
Hey, SteelCityResistance.blogspot.com. I'm Hutch Bailey Jr. on Facebook. Bird's Eye View on Twitter. You can catch my app, Cold War Radio, on iTunes or Android, wherever you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, remember, you can check in with the Wayne Dupree Show. Well, actually, we'll talk more about it on Monday. We were going to start on January 30th. It's been moved back to February 1st on CRN. Basically, what it is, they will take our show that we do at 9 o'clock and we'll give it to them so that they can project, so that they can put it on their network, and it'll play 2 hours later on the West Coast and on their network, on TV, on everything. And we'll give you all that information on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday so that you'll have that, okay? But and until then, you have a great weekend. My name is Wayne Dupree. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Gab. Just type in Wayne Dupree Show. And if you go to crntalk.com, just type in Wayne Dupree Show, okay? It's already up. Y'all have a great weekend. God bless.
Nobody knows why she dances alone. Nobody knows what she's running from. You can ask her to dance if you want, but you smile and just say no. Nobody knows why she dances alone. Nobody knows why she dances alone.